take what I don't show. Go ahead, try to stand your ground. Lose it, you're in my shadow. I've got you in a steady spin, you never wanna let go. I gave you just enough to win, but you'll never really know. Forget me, I never said I'd say forget me. I'll always drift away. I am the dark, the dark, the dark. Forget me, you're always chasing light. Now that you're falling in the tide, drowning, you're reaching for my side. I've got you in my open hand, you never saw the cracks break. A promise that was never planned, and you can't give what I take. Forget me, I never said I'd say forget me. I'll always drift away. I am the dark, the dark, the dark.
Good morning and welcome to Melzworld Live. I'm your host, Ramel Otis. It is May 2nd, 2025. I hope everybody had a good Thursday. Happy Friday. I know for those of you who work, today feels different, and that's because you get to have a weekend, which is great. I'll let you know right now, when you don't work, the weekends blur. And not because, every day is a party. It's because you applying for jobs on a Saturday doesn't feel any different from applying for jobs on a Friday. So, all right. Well, good morning. Welcome to Melzworld Live. We're going to do our updates really quick. And then if there's anything else to talk about, then we'll go ahead and do that. But right now, morning, Ketos. How you doing? I hope you were able to do the thing we talked about last night. Make sure you let me know. But welcome everybody here, and let's dive right in. Okay, let's go into the life updates right now. All right. Well, yeah, you should probably you don't have it stored online. Oh, all right. Well, you should get it. Look for it. Make it. It's huge to get that started. Okay, so let's dive right in. Nothing new with the house stuff, health stuff, auto stuff, work stuff. There's a company that I applied for last night called like My Work Bets or some crazy shit like that. Like, let me see what the name of it's called. It's a company called. All right, now give me 1 second. It's called myworkbets.com or something crazy like that. Not Foresight. Oh, My Game Day Live. Part-time administrative assistant. That's what it's called. But there's an outbound role, which is terrifying. I don't like the concept of having to call out. It should be fine if it's a call out for, I don't know, following up on something. But if it's going to be outbound sales, not my thing. I don't like calling people to force a product down their throats, especially one that I don't know or believe in. So yeah, we'll see, right? We gotta take whatever we can. It's not I'll get some clarifications. If it isn't a outbound sales job, it still might be worth looking into. But yeah. So let's see. Yesterday was interesting. I applied for a ton of jobs, but the big thing yesterday was that the photos came out. They came back from the event. They came out from, and see this, I should have been prepared, but I'm not, and so I'm just gonna have to dive right in to show you what I'm talking about. So let me pull up my Discord, right? And I know I went to, where did I go? I probably tweeted it too. There was a professional photographer that was hired for Nayhem, and they went around the stage. They took a ton of pictures. It was really good. It was very, very professionally done, very artistic. It's just really cool in general. So here we go. I found it. So here it is. Pinkaboo's Mayhem. I did not choose the cover. The cover was what the photographer selected. So that's actually me and Pinkaboo. It's very dynamic. It's a great picture. But this is it. This is all of the items. But look at these pictures. They're gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. There's the Fox Theater. Very classy. Very Art Deco. I mean, that's how iconic is that? That you get the name of your event in theater lettering. Like, that's amazing. Look how beautiful the inside of this was. I mean, there's tons of people. Right here is the I guess I can't really, can I point? No, I can just use my mouse. Right there is where there's a second floor vending area. Merchandise was sold on this row here. There's one behind here where all the musician merch was. Look at the inside. I mean, look how beautifully lit that is. I believe this is, I don't know who this is. Oh, that's Ponyphonic. So these are the guys that sang Lullaby for a Princess. Beautiful. Got the whole room nostalgic. It was an amazing event. Having Ponyphonic, I don't think anybody would have imagined that they would have come here to perform. There's Pinky. This guy must be the writer. I believe the way that she sings and the way that he sings, I think he writes everything. But it's beautiful and intense. And once again, look at the artistry of this photograph. It's beautiful, but black and white. There's once again Ponyphonic. I think this is Violet, and I'm not sure who this. I mean, this might be Violet's band. Not entirely sure. There was a lot of people. There was a lot of acts there. This right here, okay, so this is a reverse shot of where we were standing. There's the entrance. This line wrapped around the building. I mean, we had 1,100 people, and that's crazy. So that's a wonderful, wonderful thing to see. So many people wrapped around the building, trying to get in. 1,100. And just for context, full registration at BabsCon, the convention, was 2,500. That's every single person who registered for attendance, right? Vendors, people. And their concert that they did to replace Mayhem, they called it Burning Mare. First off, it was a rip-off of another concert. And number two, they had like 3 acts or 4 acts, and then one of those acts got canceled. And then one of the acts, which I believe is called Mystery Skulls, they're a fairly large nerdcore group, or maybe they're just a regular pop nerdcore group. Either way, I think they cost about $10,000 to $15,000, which is twice to triple Pinkaboo's budget. So they had about 300 in attendance. We had 1,100. So we had almost half of their entire registered guests in our building. On top of that, we blew out the waters, like 7 times as many that were at that actual concert. So this is the merchant booth. They sold out of all the merchandise. It was amazing. There's a good overhead view. There's a shot from the second floor. There's Pinky introducing it. I know, you can go through this yourself. I'm just kind of doing it quick because there's a tremendous amount of photographs in here. And I kept all the ones that I was on, obviously. But it's so cool seeing like DB Pony, and there's Prince Whatever right here. I forgot, I think he's part of like the Wonder something, maybe something different. Like, don't ask me. This is Taps and Chi-Chi. So Taps and Changeling did an amazing set that evening, and Chi-Chi was bouncing around, literally singing for everybody, which was great, to know that she could do that. There's DB Pony, and these guys, I think I saw them at the party. That was a beautiful shot of the schedule. So right here, Pony Rap God, 7:45, really great shot. This is Inari, which is, I believe, Next Gen's wife. I don't know who the other people are. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Shot of the floor. There's Prince Whatever, looking very Filipino. Oh, see? Great shot. All the cameras out. There's the green room. Those were all the musicians. I know. It's all right, Kitas. We'll get you at the next one. I'm sure there's going to be more of these happening. Let's see. There you go. That's the one I thought was pretty dope. it's really cool to see that. Once again, you have no idea where the camera person is, and so there's me. That's literally me performing in my brain my set over and over and over and over. There's next gen, and so there's I think they're called the Wonderbolts, maybe, I don't know. There's Pinky and Taps and Changeling and Inari. There's that group. Boom, boom. I will stop. I swear to God. There's Pinky again. I don't know who the guy next to Pinky was. Oh, that's Nora Mermaid. I think she's just very known in the Twitter Pony Brony sphere. There's Mike. Mike the microphone. Zachary Lobertini, I think is his name. Yeah, he's Italian. He's like half Italian, half something else. There's next gen set. That is a very bold decision, by the way. Green hair, pink shorty shorts, white and orange leggings, and a tie-dye tank top. I mean, that's about as much as you can get as far as going extreme. So there's next gen, his wife's friend. I believe there's my cutie mark is a gun. I believe they have a 2-year-old child. And so that 2-year-old child was back at home in, I believe, Ohio or wherever they live. They live in the Midwest, and their kid was being taken care of. There you go. So that's it. And then that's the last song with next gen, and then we transition. There's the drink. There's the bar. There we go. There's the pass off, and then it's my set with guns, and I won't go into it. I love this shot. Right, I'm doing apples of my eye, and you could see all the frowns and the closed eyes. This is ideally what Rhyme Flow Storytime needs to look like. Right, it's people that are sad, eyes closed, listening to the lyrics. That's exactly what I want to see when I see that. So, and I'll stop this soon. There you go. There's my heart right there. Right heart. Look at that. Look at that audio. He's sad. His eyes are closed. Hands are up. Look at that. Just those serious, sad faces. It's great. It's definitely worth it to get people. There you go. That's really what it comes down to, is that emotion. So, and then this is on hold with Chi-Chi. And this is my new profile picture for Facebook. Nothing like a 45-year-old man with a hip hop, a hip hop looking profile picture on Facebook. I don't think anybody knew or cared, but it's on there. Yeah, it's just super cool to have Chi-Chi sing on the set, even though that the microphone wasn't working. Oh, I know it is actually, the black and white one is my banner. It's literally the banner. So. There's Mike the microphone. He does his set, and then everybody has a great time. The 11 Mike up there. He's a fantastic performer, and then he calls us out. Great shots, I swear. These such a beautiful set of artistic shots. And there you go. There's all three of us doing hit flow, and there it is. There's another great shot. All of us standing there for doing hit flow. Everyone up there enjoying it, and that's it. That's the thing. Anyways, so what the point of that is that I had such a great time. Photos got out. There was what I guess it's called an honorarium. If the concert makes X amount of money, you divide it by the amount of artists, and then all those artists kind of get an extra bonus, which I guess is called an honorarium. Let's ask chat and see if we can confirm this. Good morning, Sky. Welcome to Melzworld Live. How are you doing?
Good morning, Ramel. I'm doing great and ready to dive into Melzworld Live. What's on the agenda today?
I want to talk about the concept of an honorarium. I know when we were talking about how Nahum paid out artists based off of the fact that they were profitable, that's what an honorarium is?
An honorarium is a payment given for services that usually aren't billed with a set fee. It's more like a token of appreciation rather than a contractual payment. In the case of Nahum, paying out artists based on profitability isn't quite the same as an honorarium. An honorarium is typically a fixed, symbolic amount given to someone for a guest lecture, a performance, or similar contributions, regardless of the event's profit. So it's more of a gesture of gratitude than a profit-sharing arrangement.
Oh, okay. So the fact that they did well and then whatever the overages of their profits were divided into the artists, that's not the same as an honorarium.
Exactly. That's more like a profit sharing or bonus distribution model, where the artists get a share of the profits once the event covers its costs. An honorarium, on the other hand, is typically a set amount paid upfront or agreed upon in advance, and it doesn't depend on how well the event does financially.
Okay. All right. That's kind of cool then. I guess it wasn't an honorarium. I know that that was the word that was used around when we were talking about that, but yeah, the overage distribution was an unexpected surprise. But that's not what I'm getting at, right? That's not the point of the of this conversation. What I was getting at was Nahum was incredibly successful. It was thrown together in 3 weeks, but the factors that really made it work was there was a built-in audience. So the BabsCon attendants came from all over the world and went to one point in San Francisco, the Hyatt Regency. So if we were to throw our event, which happened, it was 11 minutes away, or I think like 11 miles away from that event, and that's huge. Having that proximity to existing guests means that now you have a built-in audience base, right? So that's first. Number two, there was so much media buzz about how intense the whole Pinkaboo firing was, and the kind of the pride in standing up for her, and the memes making fun of BabsCon, and all of these kind of aggregating situations. They came together and they became a huge powerhouse of marketing, which is huge, and that's amazing. And so you have a built-in audience, you have tons of like free marketing. Basically, people are making memes, are passing it around, it's blowing up, tons of likes, and then you already have your set musicians, and that's absolutely the work. If you're doing a concert, if you're directing a concert, you're coordinating the musicians, your goal is to collect, gather, vet, right? You're doing research. Is this particular musician a draw? Does this musician hit some of the genres that we need to cover? Like, that's a lot of the hard work. And then contacting them, organizing with them, sending out contracts, collecting biographies. I mean, there's a large list of things necessary to put together a 20-act set. And this isn't 20 singular individuals. Some of these individuals are bands. Some of these individuals are DJs that are they're more than one person. So to put a 20-act crew together, you're really putting together probably a 50 to 60 individual artist or individual musician group. And you have to find a place to put them for them to sleep. You have to offer them you have to see what kind of compensation level they're going to accept. Anyways, what I'm getting at is a lot of that work is done when it came to Nahum. A lot of this was part of the process of already existing. So the 3 weeks, while miraculous and beautiful and a cohesion of work effort, a lot of the lion's share was done. But what wasn't done is art, merchandising, marketing, transportation, security. The list goes on. And there's if you look at the Discord chat for Nahum, you'll see the actual scaffolding of what it takes to run a convention or a concert, because every channel had its own specific. There's an AV channel, there was a technology channel, there was a transportation, a security. Like, there's different channels, and you could, from a snapshot of that Discord chat, get an understanding of how to manage a staff, right? There was a volunteer section. There was a sponsor section. I mean, it was great, right? There was one just strictly for the musicians. All of this to say that I loved to see it come together, but it made me think, is it possible to recreate something like that in San Diego? Right? That's That's the question. Is it possible to create a concert that is nerd based, that is maybe it speaks to the bronies, maybe it speaks to the furries, maybe it speaks to the weebs, and can it exist in San Diego? Can we have a merch table? Would it be profitable? Because when you think about Naham, they also had tremendous sponsors. They also had a fundraiser that hit 100% in like 2 weeks, and they had a lot of them was the motivation of supporting the music director. I could never anticipate that level of passion for just to throw a regular event. However, we live in San Diego, which is kind of a nerd mecca because of Comic-Con. We desperately do not have that type of music event that services the nerd core culture. And I think, Naham didn't charge tickets. And so they had 1,100 registrants for an event that didn't sell any tickets. So all of these questions and considerations, the difference is Naham didn't charge their vendors. A lot of a convention makes their money on vendors. One of the marketing electronics manufacturing shows that I worked at as a temp, they charged $1,500 per merchant. You multiply that by 300 merchants, and you could effectively make $250,000 just from vendors alone. And those vendors were paying cheap compared to like a bigger trade show, which is $4,000 a vendor. Now, Brony conventions, they maybe charge $100 a booth, which is great for independent artists. The independent artist could make that amount on the first hour, right? If their merch was hot enough, they could make the amount of paying to get a booth at a convention. But the idea is, as much as the artists are a draw, the musicians are a draw to a convention, the merch tables are also a draw. So you make the merch table inexpensive, you will bring guests. And if you bring guests, then they will participate in the events. So for a Brony convention, I wouldn't say it's like pulling teeth, but you do what you can to get the elements that will draw your crowd. And that's huge. Like if you can draw your crowd in, then you have a bigger concert attendance, you have a larger participation on events, and then of course you drive more revenue because those people are going to be spending money on artist custom designed plushies, t-shirts, whatever these little wrist candy things are called. But yeah, anyways, I was like, I wonder if we can do that in San Diego. Like, I wonder if we could create that event in San Diego. So now I'm doing research, right? I'm doing research because I've already kind of pre-talked to some of the people that did Naham, that have run other events in Southern California regarding music and merch. And the idea is there is potentially there's a good possibility that this could work. And I was talking to Kevin Garnica, and he said something that was incredibly insightful. What he said to me was, Cow, yeah, I think I know Cow. That's James Udon, right? That's the Asian dude. I'm trying to reach out to him, actually, believe it or not. I know he wants to run the Pacific Pony Con, or he ran the Pacific Pony Con with Ted, but yeah, no, I reached out to him as well. But I was thinking, if you bring in, like, let's say we bring in Living Tombstone, let's say we bring in Silverhound, let's say we bring in Violet Pony. I mean, those are three massive names in the not only Brony community anymore. I mean, obviously they're nostalgically connected to the Brony community. I mean, technically, Violet is still that, but Silverhound is fully furry, right? So Silva represents the furry community. Tomb would represent the gaming nerd community. And all three of them would really hit up the Brony community. If we could have our anchor musicians be those three, I mean, what kind of show would we get? People would fly to San Diego for that kind of show. And then you make sure that there's alcohol. The fursuits will come, right? Because furries, this is according to Kevin, furries they like to drink and they like to party, right? They like to dance. And bronies like the music, right? They have their own musicians. So if we bring in the musicians, we'll bring in the bronies. If we bring in the alcohol, we'll bring in the furries. And if we offer things like, I don't know, video games, karaoke, we'll close the the gap of the nerd culture. And we'll have something, a one-day event that I think would be profitable. We sell the vendor slots instead of $100, we sell it for $250 because you're not just getting bronies anymore, right? You're going to get a larger group of people. But I believe, San Diego has a good LGBTQ community, so a good alt community to promote this event at. It has a very strong nerd culture, and it's a pretty, I think it's a pretty rough music scene. But once again, we're offering, the idea would be to offer something that would create a San Diego presence in that neighborhood. Anyways, it's all speculation, right? It's all absolute speculation. And yes, alcohol and plushes is the way to roll. But if I already have the potential support of the Nayhem staff, which were phenomenal. I have the potential support of Kevin, who he threw EQLA's Club Luna. He's thrown at least 3 of them, and they've all been profitable. So if I can get a team of folks who are good at this, who, the dream team, right, who throw conventions, who have pull and weight, right? Like right now, Kevin can call Yoav, who's living Tombstone, and just get him, for probably pennies on the dollar compared to what he would cost if you were to hire his team, to play at your event. So there's a lot of positive potentiality for this thing, but I need to go into research mode deeply so that I can understand whether or not this makes any sense, if it's a feasible idea. So that's the big thing. And I thought to myself, if I could pull this event off and it's profitable enough to supplement the money that I've been looking for part-time, this could be my thing, right? This could be the thing that I do, which is throw concerts, right? That would be crazy. Throw nerd concerts. And I know Kevin's been wanting to do that so bad, and I already know Pinky does it, right? Like, it's just so cool to have the people that have already either are doing it, have been doing it, and know all the ways to make it right. And the difference is, we would pay our musicians. We would pay our staff, right? This wouldn't be this volunteer thing at the top level. Everyone would get compensated, which would then create a better experience. It would encourage bigger artists to become part of the process, to break into those industries. Everybody would like to get more market share when it comes to fans and when it comes to fan types. Anyways, I'm getting ahead of myself. That potential to run and start conventions and concerts was very appealing to me. So, all right. Anyways, we can move on. It's almost 9 o'clock. I'm still writing the script for a video resume. I'm still going to throw that out there. So yeah, there's a lot of odd jobs that are starting to get responses, but I don't trust them. I went to Glassdoor, but we'll see. Okay. Projects. I need to re-record another for Rhymeflow. I gotta re-record for what's his name? Let me see. Fuzogs. Re-record. Just didn't put the energy that he wanted in it, and so I want to make sure I give him something to work with. Oh, lots of collaborations happening. I did apply for the concerts. I haven't heard back. I know that there's deadlines and you don't hear back. And you know what? If I don't hear back, it's okay. I'm going to be okay. I'm not sad. No skin off my back. I updated the low effort sketch group spreadsheet. So once again, I know we hung out last night, Ketos. We didn't get a lot of chance to talk. about other things. But I'm also doing improv every other week, so I'm doing improv twice a month, and now we're doing a sketch comedy writing team where we're writing sketches, potentially recording them, potentially putting them on YouTube. So that's all good. Oh, I should probably add. Oh yes, I already updated the Excel sheet with new fields. Yep, I create the individual scripts, and I have to. Oh, I have to start new YouTube channel. There you go. I gotta start a YouTube channel called The Missionary Position. All right. Anyways, okay. So that's it. Lots. Yesterday had a lot happen. And of course, I hung out with my good friend Ketas, and I hope everything works out for you, bud. I know. You seem to have. I know you seem to have the world on your shoulders when it comes to your current situation, but you also seem to have this resolve. And it's a quiet resolve that you're gonna make this work. So I believe in you. I know you're gonna do it, but you got to do the thing that we said last night. You got to get on LinkedIn. You got to get those information. But yeah, absolutely. All right. Well, Ketas, have a great rest of your time here in San Diego before you head back to Dallas. If you start getting some money, please eat Buc-ee's for me. I don't know when I'm ever gonna get a chance to get a Buc-ee's again. They don't have them in Ohio, which is sad. Yeah, let's do that. They do have White Castle, so if I get into TrotCon, I at least get White Castle burgers. If I get into Everfree Northwest in Bellevue, Washington, I guess I get Voodoo Donuts, maybe? I don't know what they have over there. So, anyways, thanks to everyone. I'm glad you showed up. It was really exciting hearing, I saw 4 viewers in the Twitch chat. So that was dope to just see that. Yes, let's definitely get Buc-ee's together because one of my favorite places. So, all right. Well, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for checking it out. Thanks for listening to me rant. And I hope everybody has a good weekend. It is, yeah, definitely. If I get to a con, come be security, right? Put on the suit, wear the sunglasses, and make me look more important than I really am. Anyways, have a fantastic Friday, everyone. Thanks for joining Melzworld Live. I'm Ramel Audis, and we'll see you on Monday. Have a good weekend.